Good morning. We had a lot of rain last night. I didn't have a rain gauge out, but I've got a bucket in the back of the Ranger, my side-by-side. Had 6 7/8 inches of water in that bucket. This pond behind me was about 4 feet from the top of the dam. And look at it now. The geese are loving that. So we're gonna take a walk, check on these cows, because we've got a lot of creeks that run through the property. And I'm a little concerned about that, but hopefully the mamas took all the babies up high and everyone's fine, but we shall see. You got limbs down everywhere. Hey kitties. You survived the floods? Had you guys on high ground, didn't I? Yeah. Take a walk and find these cows, make sure everyone's okay after all this rain. And you can hear the creeks roaring. We'll go take a look at them in a minute. This is where I subsoiled and I grazed it real hard and moved the cows and then bush hogged. And boy, this should just explode. I see some calves up here on top of the hill. That's a good sign. They're the ones I worry about because these creeks really get moving fast. There's a lot of fields around us that all drain to drain tile and then come down into the creeks. And they flow really from every direction around us down onto us and then back through. Even if it's north of us, those pastures or them fields drain south, and then they come under the road onto us, down through, and then back to the north, down to 9 Mile Creek, eventually into Kaskaskia, and then into the Mississippi. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking for 8 babies. This is where they were last night. You can see the difference. I haven't mowed in here. I got her pugged up a little bit, but that's okay. I actually find once you disturb the ground a little bit, it seems like it's making it grow more. I hear mama cows up here. Yeah, this is kind of pugged up through here. So I'll probably take this bow gate down, my homemade pipe under the wire gate. Probably take this down and go ahead and build some fence over here for the day so they don't tear this up too bad. It's pretty much grazed off and ready to be moved anyways. These little babies, I keep the wire high enough for them to go underneath, so they haven't quite learned to respect the single wire fence like the mamas have. Man, he's pretty. He is a good looking animal. Pretty color. Nice and healthy. Looks like all the mama cows are in here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Where's the other little guy at? There he is, back there. 8, and then 2 a little bit bigger, 9, 10. So that leaves 18 bigger cows. Looks like everyone's accounted for. Did you do alright in all that rain? Huh? Hi, little guy. Stay out of them fast moving waters. Looking at Daisy. Sneak up on you, Daisy. Gonna sneak up on you. Alright, I just want to make sure y'all are okay. I'll get some fence built after a while. I'll get you a fresh chunk of salad here. Just wait just a few hours and come out and put some more fence up and keep them moving. Let's go check the creek. Alright, I got that fence all taken down. This is where they were again yesterday, overnight in the storm and rain. And this is the direction we've been moving. So typically I would start a fence couple posts over, say over there, and then take it parallel with this line in front of me all the way down to the woods. But the problem with that right now is this area down here is saturated from all that rain. The neighbor had a rain gauge out. It only goes to 7 inches, and there's about 1 inch of glass above that 7-inch mark, and it was all the way full, overflowing. So I think what I'm gonna do is, this is looking really nice in here. A lot of grass, clover. I'm going to build perpendicular now. I'm going to use the perimeter fence as one line and come off this post and go straight up to the woods, and then put me a cross section there. I'll give them that square there, and then this square. And then hopefully it'll dry out a little bit as I move down through that low area. All right, that's set up easy enough. Let this dry out a little bit more today. Just gave them a small area here so we don't tear up too much pasture. And we will be back, excuse me, after lunchtime and move them again. There's not a whole lot here. Real small area, but probably not the best idea with as muddy as it is, but I think it'll be okay. It's a lot drier up here on this hillside. See, she's not nursing. Look how much bigger she is. Here's a good example where I ran that subsoiler where it did a pretty good job. It didn't disturb the ground much. Hoping that'll help with the compaction on this field. We got to run and grab some chicken feed because my shipment won't come till Monday, and I didn't order as soon as I should have. So go get a couple bags of non-GMO chicken feed. I hate to do it because I pay a lot of money for it locally. Normal feed might be under $10 a bag, and the non-GMO is between $25 and $30 a bag. But we got to stick to our morals here, and we tell people non-GMO eggs, and that's what they're gonna get. I got that knocked out. Try to get a better view here. Now we'll put them in here. I went ahead and widened this up quite a bit here. When I ran that wire this morning, I just didn't quite give them enough for overnight. So I went ahead and just moved these posts out a little bit, tapered it back in, and just a little bit down this edge. And it gets quite a bit wider there, probably 30 foot wider. That should be just right for overnight, and we'll be back in the morning to give them fresh. Well, they did a good job overnight. All this here ate down. Got them 2 fresh moves this morning. One for now, one for lunchtime, and we'll set some up more tomorrow. Set more up for tomorrow, this evening. But there's some spots in this field that really is pretty thick grass. See, we got areas like this, just pitiful. You can see soil down there. Nothing growing very good. Things seeding out right away. And then over here, just 10 feet away, it's so thick you can hardly walk through it. tall and laid over. I mean, you really got to dig in here to find any soil. It's getting wet down there. And that's how I've been grazing for several years now, is take some, leave some, good litter bank, hold the moisture. But we're gonna try this on this field. I know I probably sound like a broken record, but it'll take some time to see. But I really think where I mowed it and it got rained on, it's starting to come back pretty good already. Hopefully this will help knock out some of this ragweed and stuff too. I know it's not bad feed, but I need the grass to have a better stand, and the little ragweed is just taking over. So they're eating it. See all the ragweed. I think that's common. I think there's common ragweed and giant ragweed. And I think this is just the common, smaller stuff. But you can see over here where they were last night. There's none of it existing anymore. You bunch them up tight like that, they don't have any choice but to eat. They're not going to be picky and browse. So, big thing is though, I got to keep giving them enough room to maintain condition on them. And while I could give them this whole paddock right now, they won't eat it down like that over there. It would be hit and miss. They'd hit the good stuff. So they're just going to have that for a few hours, and then they're going to come into here and move on from there. This is an example of a paddock that I subsoiled. They grazed, but I haven't mowed it yet. Very little to mow. I was torn on these grooves that I subsoiled. I left them open for about 45 to 60 days because I thought that would allow more moisture into the ground. But when you try to go across this thing with the side-by-side or anything, it was like running a wave runner across a rough body of water. I mean, it was just miserable. So after a few rains and it not doing a whole lot, I decided, and I don't know if this was the right decision, but as I bush hogged, I actually went with these contours and ran them over. That tractor don't weigh very much. So I think we still got a good void in the ground, and we've lifted the soil like a subsoiler is supposed to do, the way I understand. But after running over those lines, it's really leveled things down, and I mowed things off. And now it looks so much better. And hopefully the positive we did under the ground by lifting the soil helped break up that hard pan and will do some good over time. This is the first time I've ever done it. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys have some advice. And as we travel down this hill, you can see where it's really starting to green up and already grow back nice. I mowed it as low as I could. That's what I read to do. Take off all the weeds. Hopefully they won't compete as bad with the grass. But you can see down this hill how green it's gotten just in a few days. And it's hard to tell in the video, but it is actually growing back nice. It's probably back up to 6 inches in some spots. And it just looks nice, but I really not worried too much about how things look. I'm trying to do what's best for the biology in the soil. And this field just, man, it's suffered. This is the field, I think I said it before, that I've only had chickens out here once and not on the whole field. So I think that's what we're gonna do this next week. Today's Sunday. I think tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, we'll move the land hens out here on the short grass. They'll do good on it, and put some good nitrogen chicken poop on here. Because where I've done that, the grass has just exploded. Right now it's too wet to get back up here and continue mowing, so I'll give that at least another day. And then I'm taking the excavator and scratching out all this multiple rows and stuff, because if you mow it back, that stuff just gets mad and comes back more thick, from my experience anyways. I don't see many flowers on it, but I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to scratch it out, fluff the dirt up, pat it back down nice and gently with the bucket, and let it heal. And I still have never planted any grass out here. I thought about drilling it, but the way I understand, there's millions of seeds in the seed bank that just maybe need some disturbance. That's what I'm thinking with these cows out here after it's rained. They're kind of mucking it up a little bit, but I think it's going to make a difference for the positive. And then we're going to be going and picking up pigs soon, and I'm tempted to start moving pigs across this field as well. I don't know, I haven't quite decided yet. This is a good angle I wanted to stop and show you on how green this regrowth is. This is where I started and mowed first, and then I worked my way up the hill. And I can see an obvious line, I don't know if you can see in the video, but right through here in color change. So yeah, I think I did it some good. So I got a little closer look at this pond earlier, and it looks like when I cored that dam about a month or so ago, I didn't put a laser on it. I thought I had it close enough, and go figure, right here in the center, it's within a ½ inch of the elevation of my overflow pipe, which is tucked over in this corner. So what happened is, as soon as it started going over that pipe, it was also going over that dam. So it did erode it out a little bit. I'm gonna have to let it dry up a tad, because I don't feel comfortable getting out on that mud with the skid steer. I'll let it dry up and add some dirt along the dam there. The geese sure are loving this though. I cannot believe how much this pond came up in that one rain. The best I can figure is we got about 8 inches. It just cracks me up how they swim. Look at that. Just paddling. Well, I think that does it for this video. A lot of moving cows and all the rain we got, checking creeks. I think that's gonna be a wrap for this one. I tell you what, I've been filming every day, and it's hard to keep track of where you are. You just upload tons and tons of video into the computer, and then I'm sifting through it trying to figure out where to start, where to end. So I guess hopefully I'll get better at this, but I got to make sure and start opening up with starting a video in a certain way, so that you know it's the beginning of a video, and then bringing a close to a video. So this is the closing to this video. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, God bless you. Thanks for watching.